The situation in Gaza is a catastrophe of unprecedented magnitude. Nowhere in the world has international law been trampled with such brazen impunity as in the occupied Palestine by Israel, the occupying power. One aspect of this harrowing reality is illustrated by the recent report of the High Commissioner for Human Rights on attacks against healthcare infrastructure in Gaza. It lays bare a truth we cannot afford to ignore, as you also explained at length in your statement, Mr. President. Between October 2023 and June 2024, at least 136 strikes were carried out on 27 hospitals and 12 other medical facilities. Over 500 healthcare workers lost their lives. By June, 22 of Gaza's 38 hospitals were rendered non-functional, leaving the healthcare system on the verge of collapse. The brutal destruction of Kamal Adwan Hospital, the last operational major facility in northern Gaza, is an atrocity that shocks the conscience of humanity. The deliberate targeting of hospitals, medical personnel, patients, and wounded defies every principle of humanitarian law and has no justification whatsoever. Not just condemnation, there must be accountability for these crimes. Mr. President, for over 14 months now, the Palestinian people have endured an unrelenting assault on their lives, rights, and dignity. Over 45,000 Palestinians have been killed, more than half of them women and children. Over 90% of 2.1 million population of Gaza are displaced, with around 160,000 housing units destroyed. Almost the entire population has been rendered homeless. The scale of this genocidal campaign is staggering. Its intent unmistakable. Gaza's homes, schools, hospitals, and even its cultural heritage lay in ruins. Even the UN and its personnel have not been spared. This is not a war. It is a campaign of dispossession, ethnic cleansing, and annihilation. The indiscriminate bombing of civilians and the systematic destruction of critical infrastructure are not isolated incidents. These are calculated acts aimed at erasing an entire people from their homeland. Mr. President, for decades, this Council has passed resolutions. The International Court of Justice has issued rulings, and the world has cried out for justice. Yet this Council is inexplicably paralyzed, undermining its own authority and credibility in the process.